This is not some video that's going to give you some BS advice or tell you that you need to do this specific thing to make X amount of money. Now, in this video, I'm just going to share with you how I'm making 20 to 40K a month profit right now, which is one product, one funnel, no ads, and only working about 3 to 4 hours a day. And I simply just want to share what's working right now for myself, our students, and our clients, because what we do is a little bit different from what most of the gurus and coaches teach out there. And this way you can learn some new systems that are working right now, and you can implement them to either scale your business or your current business through content creation, or start growing a business through primarily content creation. Okay, so let's get into it. So this video is intended for basically me when I first started creating content. I basically create this video for what I wish I learned, what I wish someone taught me when I first started creating content back in January 2023. Because there's a lot of misconceptions out there. There's a lot of false beliefs that are people throwing around. And I thought these were truths, and we'll get into them in this video, but I thought these beliefs were truths when I first started creating content, and I wish someone grabbed me and showed me this video so I could have learned that all these, beliefs that people have, they're all lies, and a lot of people are feeding you garbage, okay? But this video is, again, for me when I first started creating content. And who was I? Well, I was a creator who was overworked and under-rewarded. I was putting so much effort into my content and getting so little in return and getting so little views. And for like the first month I was creating content, I was so burnt out. My God, I was so burnt out because I was also juggling another business and trying to scale another business. So right now, if you're a creator who's putting out content, you feel overworked, you're not getting the views or money that you want from it, again, this video is for you. This video is also for anyone who had no clue on how to turn viewers into customers. Like me, when I first started creating content, I had no idea how to turn viewers into actual paying customers. So if you're struggling to get views and you're struggling to actually get customers that are willing to pay you $1,000 or more from your content or for your product, then again, this video is for you. This video, and this is a big one, is for any entrepreneur who doesn't have time to create new content every single day. Like when I first started creating content, I was still running a business. So I understand how with everything going on, it is really hard to find time to post and create content. So if you're struggling with creating content, but you love the idea of building an audience, building a brand, and want to scale your business through content so you don't have to pay, money for ads or anything like that, this video is for you. And lastly, this video is just for anyone who wants to build a business around your passion and skills. I believe content creation is one of the best ways to actually build a business about what you're truly passionate about. So if you're someone that, again, wants to wake up every single day and do something you love and make an impact and get paid well for it, this is for you. So again, this video is for people that are who are like me back in 2023, overworked and underrewarded, no clue how to turn viewers into customers. Didn't have time to create new content every single day, and just want to build a business around my passion and skills. So when I first started creating content, again, back in 2023, I made the mistake that many of us make, and I listened to all these, so-called gurus. And all these so-called gurus were sharing these beliefs. A lot of them were sharing the same common beliefs because they all were kind of just repeating each other. But these beliefs really held me back from reaching my true potential with content creation and building this business that I truly inspired to have. So I'm going to go through these 3 common beliefs. I'm going to show you why you should not be listening to these beliefs and why they're false. Okay. So the first belief that, again, I know many of us who start creating content believe in, which is more views equals more money. Now, I had this belief back in, again, the beginning of 2023 when I first started creating content. My whole goals were I was trying to, crack the algorithm, figure out different hacks and tips so I can get the most views possible. Like I thought I can do it if I just analyze enough videos. So I was trying to crack the algorithm. I was using, engagement hacks like, posting at a specific time, using specific hashtags, using keywords in the caption, all that. So I was using all these engagement hacks to try to get more views. I again thought that views was the most important metric, nothing else mattered, only views. And I really did just follow all the social media gurus' advice, right? And most social media gurus, they're just teaching you how to get more views on your content, but they're not really teaching you, how to get customers or clients from your content, which is the main reason why most of us create content in the first place. We create content because it is fun, but at the same time, if you're not getting anything from it, what's the point of it? You're kind of just, again, you're just doing it for fun, but I'm here to help people out and actually turn their passions and their content into a real business. But again, we'll get into that a little bit later. So back in 2023, again, my primary focus was on views. And I actually had a time when I started popping off. Like when I was only focused on these engagement hacks and focused on views, like I had a series of videos just go crazy. As you can see, 814,000 views, 137, 290K, 179K. And these videos were all posted just in the span of 2 weeks. So I was like blowing up at this time. And what I realized is when these views started to die down was that, number one, I got tens of thousands of followers from these videos, which is great, right? My follower count like grew exponentially. But the problem is that with all these views, what I realized is I didn't even make enough to afford even 2 coffees from these videos. And that changed my entire perception on content. After these videos barely made me any money. Like I was getting millions of views and I was barely making any money. So I was like, what the hell is going on? So again, I had videos with thousands of money, but it didn't thousands of views, sorry, but it didn't translate into money. And I was exhausted, constantly chasing these numbers. And all I had to show it for it was really just vanity metrics, which is a vanity metric is, for example, views. It's a metric that doesn't mean anything, right? Views wasn't putting food on the table, wasn't making me any money. So by chasing these vanity metrics such as views, I was not building a profitable business. In fact, I barely even had a business. So that's the first belief that I need you to understand, is that more views does not mean more money. Okay. I even had a creator with over 400,000 followers reach out to me a couple weeks ago because they were struggling to turn their viewers into customers, and they had 400,000 followers and they're only making like 4K a month. So that should show you right there that more views does not equal more money. Now, the second belief that is often taught to a lot of people is that you need tens of thousands of followers before you can even think about making money. Now, I had this belief again when I was first starting out, and I didn't release my first product till I had maybe like 30 to even 50,000 followers. And I already know, like, I look back on it now and I hate it because I know I lost tens of thousands of dollars by waiting so late to release a product. And I want to make sure that this never happened again. And I want to teach people that you can make a lot of money just with a small following, and you need tens of thousands of followers. So we actually did an experiment. So right here, so this is me, my beautiful self, and this is actually my business partner, Tappa. So Tappa really didn't have an Instagram account. So what we decided to do was we wanted to show that you can start a profile from scratch and within like 60 to 90 days, make a good amount of money from it and even get maybe a couple thousand followers. So we started his account actually on January 1st, 2024 here. And as you can see, he has 2 followers. And I believe the only 2 followers was my account and his other account. And we started his account from scratch to show you can make thousands of dollars with a small following. And by using the strategies and using like my knowledge in the year of creating content and trying out different systems and tactics, in just 2 months, February 28, 2024, the end of February, we were able to scale his following to 7K, and we were able to make $16,000 in 60 days starting from scratch. And again, that's because we decided to monetize this account right from the beginning. We used different systems and strategies we know work, right? Not those stupid engagement hacks, like strategies that actually work to create true fans and convert them into customers. And within 2 months, again, we were able to make 16K, 8K a month. That's really good for most of you even watching this. That's like probably more than what most of you are making. And again, this was a whole experiment. We even decided to even document this whole experiment. So if you actually want to watch the video where we go through exactly how we did it in 2 months, how we grew his account, we create a whole YouTube video here and document the entire thing. You can actually go on his YouTube. It's @OnlyTappa. And you can check out this video right here if you want to see how he was able to go from like 0 to make over 10K just in less than 2 months. Okay. So that was the second belief. I need you to understand that's false, that you don't need tens of thousands of followers to make a lot of money. You really don't. Honestly, if you have like 3,000 followers, even 5,000 followers, you can make 10K per month. It is possible. Now, the third belief that I want you to totally get out of your head. The third false belief is that the more effort you put into your content, the better it would perform. Now, I had this notion in my head when I first started creating content because I was told by a lot of people that you need to make your content better. You need to, make sure it's perfect, make sure it's engaging, retention, all of that, So when I was first starting to create content, I really focused on quality over quantity. And what happened was, because I was so focused on quality, was I would sometimes spend hours, even days, working on just one piece of content. And I really did think that, if I put more effort into it and just made it perfect, the results would be, incredible. I would get massive views. And again, my notion was if I had more views, I would make more money. Here's the problem with that. Here's the problem when you focus so much on quality over quantity just at the very beginning. The problem is you become a perfectionist, right? You want to make the video perfect. You want to make the script perfect, the editing, the sounds, like every small little detail you want to make perfect. The problem is that when you become a perfectionist, you also put out fewer videos. And when you put out fewer videos, you get less traffic, you get less leads, and you make less money. Okay? So I want to read to you something that I learned that I posted on Instagram a couple months ago that resonated with a lot of people. So my content sucked at the beginning, which is true. If you scroll down to my content, you will see it sucked at the beginning. However, I knew the only way to get better was to create a lot of content. So I focused on producing a lot of content rather than worrying about making the perfect reel every time. The result, I learned how to create great content faster. And that's so important. When you post more content, you will learn how to create more high quality videos in less time, but you have to post more content first. This is where a lot of people struggle with, is they take a month just to post like 5 pieces of content. Like, no, you need to start posting. Don't worry about putting so much effort into this first couple posts, because I'll show you the truth about content creation. Imagine every post right here, right, is one piece of content, or every square block is one piece of content. The orange squares are the posts that went viral. So imagine these are just regular posts. The orange ones are the ones that went viral on your account. The truth is that 80% of your followers will come from these orange squares. So when you see a creator who has 100,000 followers, most likely like 80,000 followers probably came from like 5 to 10 posts. That's just the truth. Most of your followers will only come from a very small set of videos. But here's the thing. The only way for you to reach these orange squares is to post more content. Like if you see here, imagine this is one piece of content and we have 10 here, right? 10 squares at the top. That means on the 13th piece of content, that's when they finally had a viral video. Now imagine if it takes you a month to create 10 pieces of content. That means it would take you a month and a half to get your first viral video. Now imagine if you create one video every single day. Well, on the 13th day, you would then have a viral video. So it's all about putting more content out faster, because when you put more content out faster, you're going to get these orange squares faster too, and your following will grow faster as well. So when you're first starting out, live by the notion of post good content, not great content. Okay, just post. I'm telling you, that is the biggest barrier for a lot of content creators, is just not posting. So do not think that more effort will get you better results. That's actually usually false when you're first starting to create content, okay? So the turning point really for me came in 2023 when I finally hit, that milestone that every content creator dreams of, which is, getting millions of views in a month. And that really is the dream. Like, you're getting millions of views, you're getting tens of thousands of followers, and it was great. But despite those views, I really did barely make any money from it. And that was really a massive wake-up call for me. And I realized that I've been chasing the wrong goal all along. So after realizing this, I started focusing on, what the gurus told me out there. And I really started focusing on what really mattered. And what really mattered was, number one, conversions, which is how many viewers am I actually turning into customers? And then the second was I started focusing on time and maximizing my time and asking myself, really, what's the maximum amount of money I can make in the least amount of time, right? So I only focused on these two things. And I really did stop thinking myself as a content creator and started seeing myself more as a business owner who uses content to grow my business. And that's what a lot of people struggle with. When they start creating content, they think themselves as a content creator. It's like, no, you're not a content creator. You're a business owner, right? Your goal is to put content out to grow your business, to make more money. That's what your goal should be. If you are watching this video and you're just a content creator that just wants to post content, make no money, stop watching this video. This video is not for you. This video is for people who want to grow their businesses through content, through the platform of content, okay? Who wants to get free organic traffic, not spend money on ads, not send cold emails, have leads and customers come to you. That is who should be watching this video right now. So if that is you, again, keep watching this video. All right. So when I started to see myself more as a business owner rather than a content creator, I really started focusing on things such as streamlining my content creation so I spend less time on content and figuring out what's the least amount of time and work I can do to get the most amount of output, right? The most amount of money made, more leads, more clients, more customers. And when I started thinking myself and having this philosophy, that's really when everything changed. Because in 2024, when I have this philosophy now, I'm now making more money than ever without relying on millions of views. I'm spending less time on content than ever, yet I'm seeing better results. I have more freedom to do what I want with my life without worrying about, the next post or what am I going to post next. And really the best part that I believe now is I really get to post whatever I like without stressing about the views. So many people just stress about the views at the very beginning. And I'm at a point where I don't even look at the views now. I just post the content that I like, and I don't care how many views it gets because I know the type of content that's going to get me customers, that's going to make me money. And most of the time, it's the ones that don't have the millions of views. It's actually the ones that usually only have a few thousand. And that's why I don't have to stress about views. And because I get to finally just post whatever I want, I'm finally having fun in my business again, which was a big thing for me because when I was first doing content, I really wasn't having a lot of fun. But now because I get to post whatever I want, I'm not worried about these vanity metrics. I really am having fun in my business, and it's reminding myself why I even created my own business in the first place. For a lot of entrepreneurs out there, you create this business with the goal of freedom and to travel and all that, but then you get so sucked into your business and you're working in the business so much where you're stuck in your office, for 12, 15 hours a day, working on the business, you're stressed, and you forget the reasons why you even created your own business in the first place. And because of this new philosophy I have in this new models and systems I built out that have allowed me to, again, make more money, have more freedom, and have more fun, I reminded myself why I created a business in the first place. And because of this new philosophy and everything that I've had, I've got to do amazing things, this year. For example, in beginning of this year, I get to live in France for a month with my girlfriend, not having to worry about, creating content, putting posts out, taking calls. I really had much more freedom so I could just enjoy with my girlfriend, go to Paris, see the sights and all that. As you see me in front of the Eiffel Tower, I was able to do that because of this new model that I built out. I got to live, more of kind of a lavish lifestyle because I was making more money, went on a yacht this summer, drove some supercars, did the whole, going to clubs and all that a little bit. But I got to live a much more lavish lifestyle, even move here into my dream condo, which is so big and I love it. I also got to connect with multiple 7 and 8 figure entrepreneurs. I have so many people hit me up in the DMs, people I never thought I would even talk to or I'd even be able to connect with. What's crazy is someone who follows me is Russell Brunson, the guy who owns ClickFunnels, that huge entrepreneur. He actually follows me, which is crazy. And it's because of my content, because of my brand. So because of this, I got to connect with so many cool people that are just levels above me, and I'm having the best time right now. Even last week, randomly midday through the week, because again, I have this freedom and I don't have to work so much, I went to New York to just film a podcast and to go see my favorite football team, which is the Dallas Cowboys, play versus the New York Giants there. So which is awesome. And what I'm really happy and what I'm really enjoying is I really am also helping people achieve their dream life, helping them build a business around their passions, their dreams. And I even got to host one of my students, even at my studio here, and helped him film content here, which was awesome. I'm so happy he came over. And now again, I'm more relaxed in my business than I've ever had to be, because I don't really have to worry about money because I have this credible brand that I've built up. Like if I ever want to make an extra $1,000 to even $3,000, all I really have to do is put up an Instagram story or send out an email, and I could very easily make that money. And that is because I have this brand that I've built up and I've done it the right way too. Okay. So if you want all this, right? If you want a business where you're making more money than ever, you're having the most fun, you're more passionate about it, you're spending minimal time on content, and you have more freedom, then I want to introduce you to the Views to Cash model and exactly the systems that we're currently using and the systems that you can copy for your own business to make 20 to 40K a month profit and to spend less than 4 hours a day. So let's get into the actual value and the nitty gritty so you can kind of more understand exactly how I'm accomplishing all this and how our clients and students are as well. So the first part in the Views to Cash model is to first what I call streamline your content. Because creating content can be very exhausting if you're doing it all manually. So what I've done is I've created a system to streamline the content so I can create a whole week's worth of content in less than just 5 to 7 hours a week. And I do this with only 3 things. I do this with only a content researcher, an editor, and just using some AI. That's all I have. And by having these 3 and building out some systems, I've been able to consistently post 3 to 4 times a week while only spending, less than like 5 to 7 hours a week on content. Yeah. So it doesn't even take a huge portion out of my week at all. And to give you some insights, this is kind of an overview of what it looks like. So step 1 is first the ideation. So our content researcher actually finds proven ideas for us. Then once we have the ideas, we use different content templates in ChatGPT to write these scripts. So even script writing for us takes, less than an hour to write, let's say 5 to 10 scripts. And then we record it using AIs to kind of just record faster. And then step 4, we have the editing here. So we hire an editor to take care of all the editing for us. So we don't have to do anything. We just give the raw files to them and they edit the video. And then we actually schedule and post the content so that we don't have to do it manually. And then it's just a post and repeat process, because to have a good content business, you have to obviously keep posting content. So this is kind of like what we do, and we've more or less streamlined this entire thing. So again, it requires very minimal work from me. And again, we are posting out consistent, high quality content. Now, the second part in the Views to Cash model is probably the biggest one, which is actually turning viewers into customers. And we do that using what I call the content funnel. And in the content funnel are the 3 types of posts you need to create to turn those casual viewers into ready to buy customers. So the 3 types of posts are called engagement posts, where the goal is to attract new followers. Now, engagement posts are they're really just broad, dumbed down posts that are designed to go viral so you can get new followers into your ecosystem and following you. And engagement posts are very simple posts. You've probably seen them. It's like going over tips, tricks, hacks, listicles too. It's very much broad content that a beginner can understand very simply. Then what you need to also create is then what we call authority posts. Now, authority posts, the goal of authority posts is to showcase your expertise and build trust with your audience. And you do that by giving, step-by-steps to get a desired result. You go over custom frameworks. You give your insights and opinions on things in your industry. You go over hot takes. And it's really where you're going to show more of your expertise. And when you show more of your expertise and you give your own insights and opinions, it actually turns followers into true fans, which are people who see you as an expert and will consistently watch like your next piece of content that you put out. Then lastly, we have the sales post. And the goal of the sales post is to turn true fans into what we call ready to buy customers. And sales posts are just posts where you're showing some sort of results or social proof, whether it be your own results, a client result, a student results, a testimonial case study, whatever. The goal of these posts is just to show that you can get results, right? Because that's all that anybody wants. They just want to get results at the end of the day. So if you could show them that, for example, if you're a personal trainer and you could show them that you've gone and you've helped someone else lose a ton of weight, or you've helped yourself lose a ton of weight, that is kind of the ultimate credibility. And that will convert people from true fans into people that are ready to buy your product or service whenever you introduce it or promote it to them. And just to give you some context on like the different types of posts, imagine if we have a topic for a piece of content and the topic was growing followers on Instagram. Just to show you the difference between the two, an engagement post would be something like this. Here's a hidden Instagram setting you need to turn on to get more followers, right? It's a very broad post that anyone can understand. It doesn't really show your expertise. You're kind of just showing a feature. And this post is most likely to go viral. And if it does go viral, the result of it is you will gain more followers. Then the authority post, for example, could be how to grow from 0 to 1,000 followers in 30 days. Here you'd be giving like step-by-steps or custom framework. And when you do this, it shows your expertise and will create true fans. Then the sales post can be like how I helped Callum double his following using the content funnel. Again, you're showing a client result. You're showing that you've gotten results for someone else. And the result of this is that it will turn a percentage of true fans into what we call ready to buy customers. Okay. So now when you turn people into ready to buy customers, you obviously need to have a product that they can buy. So if you don't have a product yet, what I recommend is having what we call a product ladder. So to give you an example, here are the 3 products that I currently sell right now. I sell a course, I sell community, and I sell a one-on-one mentorship. Now, with the course is what we call a done by you product, where basically someone buys the course, they don't get 0 access to me or they don't get no help from me, right? They just buy the course simply and they just do it on their own. The community is what we call a done with you offer, where they get some access to me. You know, they get to chat with me in the community. They get to ask questions. We have weekly calls in the community as well. And this is where, again, they do have some access to me. They can talk to me. And then finally, we have the one-on-one mentorship, which is our much more high ticket product. It's more intimate access to me where I jump on one-on-one calls with them. We have like our own communication channel, and it's where I'm really helping them grow like their brand. Now, these are our 3 products that we have. Now, the reason I like the product ladder so much is because these products are almost the exact same. They're not much different. The only thing different with these 3 products is just the different levels of access to me. Like, for example, the same knowledge that's in this course is taught in the community. And then the same knowledge in the community, again, is taught in the one-on-one mentorship. I'm just helping you out a little bit more. So this is what we call the product ladder, because for more access to you, you can actually charge higher prices. So for example, for a course, most people would be willing to pay $50 to $200. Now, whoever buys the course, they might want a little bit more help from you. So that's when some people will go from the course to buying the community. And again, you could sell community access from $1,000 to $3,000. And this is where they get basically the same level of knowledge, just more help from you. And then even if they want more access to you and they want more help from you, then they can move up the product ladder and get the one-on-one mentorship. So they have even more access to you and they could pay, $3,000 to $10,000. And then even if they want even more access to you, you can even sell a done for you offer where you basically just do everything for them. So as an example, like in our one-on-one mentorship, we teach people how to grow content and make money from it. But in our done for you offer, this is where we actually create the content for them and we set up all the funnels for them as well. And we charge anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. So the reason why I like the product ladder so much is because number one, it takes less time for you. You don't have to create all these different products, and promote these new products all the time. Simply, you're creating one product and then just offering different levels of access. And the great thing about the product ladder is that it all works together. Because we've had some people buy the course, then go into the community, then go into the one-on-one mentorship. And that customer alone will then pay us over like $10,000 because they've gone through these 3 levels. So that is one of the biggest things in our what we call the views to cash model is having this product ladder, where it's essentially you create one product and then you just sell different levels of access to you. Because it will take you less time. You don't have to consistently create new products. And as you have more students and more clients and customers, these products you'll actually build out to become really good. So the product in the end will become really good. You'll get more referrals, you'll make more money. So the product ladder is now a huge thing. Now, let's go into kind of selling, obviously, your offer. I hate sales calls. I hate sending DMs. So we found a way that you can sell your offer without taking any sales calls, without even jumping on DMs. And we do this what we call the automated sales funnel. So the automated sales funnel starts with the content. And the only content that I really post right now is on Instagram. I post reels. I do Instagram stories, I do YouTube, and we send out typically like a weekly email every single week to our email list. So all of this right here is what is the content. And what does content create? Viewers. So just to show you, once we have these viewers, what we want to do is we want to push them into the automated sales funnel that we have. And the goal of the automated sales funnel is to nurture these viewers and make them problem aware, right? Make them aware that they have this problem and that should be solved, and then pitch them that our product or service is the solution to solve that problem. And when you do this in the correct manner, you will get viewers who buy your product or service on autopilot. All right. Now, to give you some context of the automated sales funnel and what it looks like, this is a simple 3-step automated sales funnel that we have and what a bunch of our clients and students have as well. First, it starts off with what we call a conversion lead magnet, which is a lead magnet which helps them identify the problem they have. And it's a lead magnet that you kind of give out for free, so that way you can get people's emails and get them actually into your sales funnel. So again, the goal here is to get viewers into the sales funnel. Then we have what we call the new lead sequence, which is a sequence of emails that makes them problem aware. So it makes them understand that they have a problem and that should be solved right now. And it makes them solution aware, which basically means that the solution to solve the problem is the product or service that they're selling. Then finally, when they're problem aware and solution aware, they're pushed to a sales page, and this sales page will automatically convert those leads into customers. So once this is all set up, you kind of just dust off your hands, you don't do anything, and I promise you, you will convert and you will get customers and clients on autopilot without doing anything. That is the automated sales funnel. So just to show you kind of the old way of what all these gurus have been teaching, what I thought was true, versus the views to cash way, I just want to show you the difference. So the old way was, spend more than 10 hours a week researching, scripting, recording, and editing your content and putting so much effort into content creation. The views to cash way is to streamline and automate content creation to spend less than 5 hours a week on it. That is our goal. We want to streamline content. And how do we do this? Well, what I just said, we streamline content with like the content researcher, the editor, and using AIs. The old way before was to create content that gets the most views. The views to cash way is to create content that turns loyal followers into ready to buy customers. And we do this through the content funnel. The old way was to consistently create new offers, courses, and products. Consistently create a new product, promote it, create a new product, and promote it. The views to cash way is to create one product and just offer different levels of access. And that's done with the product ladder. The old way was to spend hours on sales calls and mainly DMing leads just to get a client or customer. The views to cash way is to build out a 24/7 system that gets you customers and clients on autopilot. And again, we do this through the automated sales funnel. And the old way was to spend 7 to 10 hours a day creating content, building products, and taking calls. The views to cash way is to only spend 3 to 4 hours a day creating, learning, and helping people, and working on the business rather than in the business doing the everyday tasks. And that's done by adopting the views to cash model, which is everything you see here: the automated sales funnel, the product ladder, the content funnel, and streamlining content. And just to show you that the views to cash model does work, I want to show you some student success stories that we've had. So first we have Chaso here. Now, when I first met Chaso, he was working at Best Buy, making $15 an hour, and he wanted help creating content and growing and making money from his following. So Chaso now, by adopting the views to cash model, well, he's actually grown past my following. He's now at 140,000 followers. I was with him at 0 followers. He's grown to over 140K, and now he's making between 10 to 20K a month, every single month, again, doing minimum work. Next, we have Marta here, who Marta wanted to showcase her expertise on AI. So with Marta, what we did was we built out the views to cash model and the views to cash systems. And in her first product launch, she made over $10,000. And as you can see, Marta does not have a big following. She only has about 2,600 followers. And again, she was able to make over $10,000. Next, we have Ben. Now, when I first met Ben, Ben was actually at 10,000 followers, but he was only getting about 5 followers a day, and he was really struggling to sell his masterclass that he had. So again, by adopting the views to cash model, number one, we were actually able to get him from 10,000 to over 30,000 followers in just 45 days. And we were able to double the money he was making in just less than 30 days, again, by adopting all of our systems in the views to cash model. And then finally, someone I showed you before was Tappa here. So again, Tappa started at the beginning of 2024, January 1st. That's when he started his profile. In 8 months, because today is right now October 9th, in just 8 or 9 months, he's gone from 0 to 130,000 followers, and he's made hundreds of thousands of dollars online, just this year. And just to show you that, again, this has worked for a ton of other people. So our community, which is the Val Creator Inner Circle, here are some students who have had success in the Inner Circle. Will here is 7K, Peanuts here is 6K, Wahab 5K. Johnny even bought his own car with the money he was making using the model. Anthony 4K, Albert 4K. Just a ton of small wins for students who are using the views to cash model in the systems. Now for the Inner Circle, our Inner Circle is actually usually closed. We only open it up once per month. So right now it could be closed, it could be open when you're watching this video. But if you're interested and want to scale to 10 to 30K a month profit in the next 16 weeks, what I want you to do is just go to my IG at OnlyZeta and DM me the word inner. And if I see that you are someone who is dedicated, someone that really wants to create a business they're passionate about, and wants to actually focus on the things that matters, which is making money from the content rather than just the views, then DM me the word inner and we'll have a conversation and I'll see if we have a spot open for you or I'll see if I can make a spot open for you. Okay. So if you're interested, go on my Instagram, DM me the word inner. And yeah, that's it guys that I have for this video. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.